So today I was going to share with you one really successful use case that we've rolled out with a number of our different customers, and that's preventative maintenance kits and being able to predict when customers should be reaching out about their PM kits. How we went with one of our OEMs from starting with no preventative maintenance kits to how we started to scale out their PM kits and market those to their existing customers. And then over here on the right, you can see the results we've achieved so far within the first year, driving just about $1.7 million in revenue with this customer. So what I want to talk about then is kind of how we started without these preventive maintenance kits, and then how we went through operationalizing these within the organization. So to start off with, there was a number of challenges that we faced when it came to being able to create and market these preventive maintenance kits. One of really the first big challenges was the customer saw that their install base wasn't purchasing all the parts necessary for annual maintenance. So they saw this as an opportunity to both have their equipment serviced more regularly, as well as really increase the basket size of the parts being ordered. They really wanted to create these preventive maintenance kits and make their install base aware of them. There's something that wasn't currently an offer for them, but they wanted to be able to market these to their customer base. And in order to do this, they need to figure out who to target with preventive maintenance kits, and then what kind of preventive maintenance kits to put together. And then the other challenge was they really wanted to set up a recurring revenue stream. So by creating annual preventive maintenance kits, they're really able to set up this structure so they could drive this recurring revenue stream with their customer base. So these are some of the key challenges that are faced by the OEM and things we had to overcome as we start to create these and really roll these out to their customer base.
Tom, I had a quick question come in. You listed a few challenges there, but what would you say was the biggest challenge overall that the customer faced in this process?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So one of really the big challenges that was faced by them was, we wanted to create these preventive maintenance kits, but they wanted to figure out who exactly to really target with the PM kits. They didn't just want to send out email blasts to their entire customer base to let them know about their 30 to 40 different PM kits they put together, but really wanted to make that hyper targeted. So they're marketing the correct kit to the right customer. So really utilizing the segmentation and solving that problem. I'll talk about that a little bit later on, but that was kind of one of the key challenges that we had to overcome. All right, so there's a number of different roles and responsibilities involved in really making this a success. So it really started off with the product team and engineering really be able to determine what sorts of parts should go into a preventive maintenance kit for what piece of equipment. And then from there, it became really a function of sales and marketing. So being able to promote these new preventive maintenance kits and being able to really target the correct customers to be able to sell these. So all these roles are really instrumental in making this a success. So in order to get the preventive maintenance kits set up and begin promoting those to our customers, we first had to put together really a roadmap of kind of what success looked like and how we're really going to operationalize these. So we started off with figuring out how to create these preventive maintenance kits. And then we needed to segment the install base to really be able to target the customer that we needed to sell these to. And then we need to really kind of structure this in a way that it was repeatable. So this is something that we're looking at marketing on a quarterly basis, as well as making sure that with the annual maintenance kits, we're reaching out to the customers the following year really to re-engage them to resell these. So we're making sure that we're setting up that recurring revenue stream for them as well. And all of this kind of led then to marketing the PM kits and again, making sure that we could sell the right kits to the right customers at the right time, and then being able to, again, really renew those on the next year. So we continue to engage the install base to buy these kits.
And Tom, I just got one more question from Emily. What were the various factors that were considered for install-based segmentation? And the second part is, how does it work?
Okay. Yeah, so there's a number of different factors that were considered for the install-based segmentation. So a lot of those were driven by the kits that were being created. So we wanted to really identify the right machine for the correct kit. And a lot of factors went into that, things such as the equipment age, the industry segment that equipment was in, as well as when customers are coming due to purchase different parts that make up part of that kit. So really targeting them with the right offering at the right time for the equipment that they own. So those were some of the key things for setting up that segmentation and making sure that we were hyper targeted on our approach for these. All right, so when it comes to the execution process, there's kind of 4 different steps that were laid out to be able to really market and promote the new PM kits this OEM had developed. The first of those was really kind of starting off with figuring out the preventive maintenance kits to make. So we wanted to look for equipment that had a large install base so that there was a large market to be able to sell these PM kits to. And then from there, we needed to figure out what should all be in these preventive maintenance kits. So what are the parts that are commonly sold together? What are some additional parts that they should be replacing at the same time? And really what's going to be helpful to keep that machine operating for their customers. The next part of this was then being able to figure out who to target for what kit. So this comes down to really operationalizing the opportunities that we put together by starting off with the segmentation of the customers and then either marketing them through a marketing channel or directly through sales. And then lastly, making sure this was kind of a repeatable process. So each quarter, refreshing these opportunities, tracking to see who's bought these kits, so then we can make them into a renewal pipeline to be able to sell them these annual kits on a recurring basis.
You kind of answered it on the second piece, but how did you put together these PM kits?
Yeah, great question. So a number of teams were involved in putting together these PM kits. So really the first kind of element started with some analysis that was done by Entytle. So what we looked at was what are parts that are commonly sold together to be able to get really a starting point for this kit. So having all of the order history, we're able to look at parts that were commonly sold together over 80% of the time. And that gave us a really good idea of what kind of maintenance customers are doing at the same time and what type of parts are replacing at that time. And then we provided this to the customer's engineering team, who then was looking at what other parts should be included during that maintenance? Does it make sense to buy all these parts to replace at the same time? And what's going to give the best results as far as preventive maintenance for their customers? So utilizing these 2 elements, we're able to put together a number of different preventive maintenance kits for their machines. So just want to kind of go back here to our results now. So by putting these PM kits in place, doing our hyper targeted outreach through both direct sales and through marketing, our OEMs been able to have a lot of success with these different opportunities. They've closed 175 opportunities so far, which resulted in $1.7 million. And through this, they've been able to set up 100 plus customers to be able to renew these kits for the next year. So really setting up that recurring revenue stream for them to continue to sell these preventive maintenance kits. So I'm just going to switch over now here to just a quick demo of Entytle of how you could actually create these kind of marketing campaigns within the Insights platform to be able to sell these preventive maintenance kits, similar to how the OEM did it. So starting off first with just looking for one of the product lines that had a preventive maintenance kits available for them. So just selecting on this, I can get down to a quick list of locations who could potentially buy this, but we want to get a little bit more targeted with our approach. And what they want to look at is equipment age. So they want to look for a little bit of the older equipment within their install base to target for these kits, because typically maintenance didn't need to occur until a little bit later for their equipment. So we want to get down to an age range here. And then they want to look for customers who actually bought parts that were some of the key components of their kits historically. So I can then select that part here, a photodiode. In this example here, just in our demo environment, that could be one of the parts of the kit that's kind of key. So now it gets down to a really hyper targeted customer list that they can reach out to, because they know the customer owns this piece of equipment. They know this customer has equipment that's old enough where it needs this type of maintenance. And then they can find customers who have bought one of the parts of the kit, but have maybe not bought all of those yet. Or they could increase that kind of wallet share and basket size by selling them the kit with all the different additional parts that should be replaced. And what they're then doing is promoting this to a pipeline here. So if I go down to the one I created here, I can see a list of all of my customers who are potential customers to purchase my photodiode PM kit here, and utilize this for direct outreach via my sales team, as well as export this to utilize the contacts in my marketing solution. So this is kind of a quick demonstration of how these opportunities were created and how they really operationalize these within their sales and marketing team. So with that, if anybody has really any additional questions on how they want to replicate this within their install base, please reach out to your CSMs, and all others, please feel free to write to us to learn more about Entytle, or how you could potentially utilize this type of use case as well. With that, I'll pause here and see if there's any other questions, Aaron, that have come in.
Not right now that I see, unless one rolls in the next minute or so. But right now, it looks like we're okay to wrap it up.
All righty, sounds good. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for attending. Have a great rest of your day.